Hello, hello. Taking action. That's what we're talking about this week is taking action, and taking names. What's that saying again? Oh, kicking ASS and taking names. Okay, well, we're taking action and taking names. I don't know. We just created that. Whatever. It's going to work. Okay. I want to know how your homework went. I want to know how your meditation went this morning. I want to know what you did for your ritual. And I want to know what your favorite affirmation was that you focused on in the last day. Write it for me in the comments. Write kind of some sort of like, ooh, this is what resonated with me for day one. I want to hear it. I want to hear it in the comments. Write it for me in the comments. I'm creating a song so that we can get motivated for today. Okay, let's get into it. All right. So number one under this category is that you cannot wing it. No, ma'am, you cannot wing it. All right. So I guarantee if I looked at your calendar, I could probably find at least 30 minutes per day that you could be using toward whatever it is of the reason that you are on this, watching this video right now. Okay. So whether that is spending time with your kids, whether it's focusing on something new, whether you want to achieve a goal, we are all busy. Everyone is so busy. You cannot wing it. We don't have time to wing it. You guys, nobody has time to wing it. Oh my gosh. If you are winging it, share with me how you do it because it's crazy. Okay. So 30 minutes, I could probably find it in your calendar. I bet I could find closer to 2 hours. Okay. This is what happens when you wing it. You're all over the place. You're thinking about this. You're thinking about that. You're up, you're down, you're over, you're sideways, you're this, you're that, you're over here. You're with the kids. You're trying to get work done. You're watching a video. Next thing you know, you're surfing on Facebook, right? You're like this, just all over the place. So we've got to be organized. We're going to talk about that and planning. We're going to talk about that today. We have got to be organized in order to make it through what we need to. Okay. Plus, when you try to wing it, aren't those the days that you just get the most frustrated? It is for me. It's like, if I wing it, ask my child, ask anybody in my life. If I'm winging it, I don't do well. Okay. Here's also my little parenting hint. You cannot wing it. You've got a plan. Parenting hint, share this with your kids. So whatever your plan is for the day, share it with them. I'm a single mom. So when I have my kids, it's just me. So if all I'm doing, I have an 11-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. So actually I do share with my 2-year-old, but when I go over my schedule, and we'll talk about that here in a second, but when I go over what I have to do for the next day, I also go over it with my son who's 11. So we will talk, okay, this is what we have, like a little overview of the week is what we'll go through. And then day by day, we'll talk about what it is that we have going on. Okay, today we have, we're done with school, we homeschool, so we're done with school. So it'll be, okay, tomorrow we're going to go to the playground in the morning. My daughter's going to nap. And then after that, during the nap, we have quiet time. I have to work and then and I'll and then you have lacrosse at this time. When you come home, we're having spaghetti for dinner where, I lay out the whole thing. Last Friday, when I had both of the kids, again, because I don't have somebody to, relieve me when something pops up or something needs to do, I'm sharing my schedule with them. So today we're going to go to the playground and then mommy has to work for a little while. So Bo's going to watch you. And that's what we did on Friday. Hey, Alexander, I need you to watch Nevada for an hour and a half so I can get work done. But we already knew that going into the day. We already knew that was going to happen. So Thursday night before we went to bed, hey, tomorrow, this is what the day's going to look like. That's my parenting hint. Then by the end of the week, what happens is everyone's there's not as much letdown. You know what I mean? I've achieved what I was needing to achieve. I did something I wanted. And then so did my children. We did something everybody wanted, and we all got to achieve the things that we needed and or wanted to achieve for that week because we communicated with each other. In my situation, if we don't communicate, honestly, our days are an absolute mess. The kids are, he could be bothering, if it's just him and he could be bothering me. I can't get my work done. If you know, it's a mess. He also goes between 2 different households. So if we don't communicate about what we're doing, and he's like, I need my lacrosse bag. And I'm like, I'm 30 minutes away. You know, we've got to know each other's schedules, and believe it or not, he does. He knows my schedule and I know his schedule like the back of our hands, and we just communicate. We have to, in order to get things done, in order to make things happen. So don't wing it. We don't want days that are crazy. We've got to focus on planning, planning, planning. Let's talk about number 2. Organize your schedule in a way that makes sense. How do we plan? This is how we do it. Okay. If your life is anything like mine, which I'm sure that it is, we are all so busy. We're so busy. So we wear a lot of hats. We could wear many hats even in the same day. So some of the different hats that I wear are business owner, mom, coach, instructor, friend, daughter, accountant. There's so many. Okay. Did I say teacher in there? Teacher. So what's going to be a very difficult day for me is if I try to wear all of those hats like in the same hour. What I mean by that is this. If I am homeschooling and I'm going through a part of, like, if I'm going through curriculum with my son, like the homeschool curriculum, right? Or like we're doing homework, let's say. If that's what I'm doing, and then I see a text message come through on my phone from a friend, and she's like, hey, can you talk? Or like, hey, I have a question for you. Guess what just happened mentally? Now I'm wondering what she wants to talk to me about. I'm pulled away from what it is that I'm going through teaching wise. And now I'm in 2 places at the same time. And now I'm not fully present at one place. Okay. If a friend is over for coffee and she's telling me about her wedding plans and she needs help with wedding plans, and we're talking that through, and my phone is on and ringing, and there's somebody that calls me and says, hi, I need to book a private party for Flirt Fitness. Guess what just happened? I took off my friend hat, and all of a sudden I'm over here with my business owner hat on, or not even business owner, but like front desk hat on, and I'm booking this party. And now guess what guess what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, I wonder if we have any parties this weekend. I wonder if the front desk checked and made sure everyone was paid in full. I'm wondering if the party bags got done. I'm wondering how this person is doing. Have we had a party staff meeting lately? And all this stuff. And then guess what happens? It's really hard for me to shift and come back over here. See what I'm saying? So what you want to do is organize your schedule in a way that makes sense. Can you pile a lot of one hat things here? And then pile a lot of another hat things here, and then pile a good amount of another hat things right here, instead of ping ponging back and forth. It's like, you know, the pinball machines, it's like ping, 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 ping. If you're going from hat to hat to hat to hat to hat to hat to hat, the ball's not going to get there. You know, it's just going to keep pinging and bouncing and ding, 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 ding. Oh my gosh, it's stressing me out just thinking about the pinball machine. We need a path. We need a path of how we're going to do this. Every single day, I have to do this. If I don't do this, my life is an absolute mess. It's an absolute mess, you guys, an absolute mess. So here's a little bit how I do this. And again, if I don't do this, I'm toast. Like, it's just over. For me, I have to work out in the morning. If I do not work out in the morning, it does not get done. It doesn't, trust me, I've been trying for a million years to be like, when you wake up at, you know, or after you wake up, when you wake up at 9, and then you do this at 10, and then you do this at 11, you'll work out at noon. No, I don't do it. Is anybody with me? Raise your hand. Give me a little hand raise in the comments if this is totally you too. I have to do it right away. I have to wake up early. I have to get it done, because that is part of what sets my intention for the day. I got to get it done. I got to get it done before I put my mom hat on, because when my mom hat is on, it's over. I'm not working out. Because I'm in mom mode. It's not happening. Okay. On the days that I don't have my kids, on the days that I do have my kids, I can't go to my class where I like to go. I can't go to the studio. I can't go to boxing. I can't pull and I can't box on the days that I have my kids. So I got to figure something else out. Okay. Guys, I've literally like put something on my phone and like worked on my closet before. I go upstairs. I put P90X on. I gotta do something. I gotta go for a walk by myself. I gotta clear my head. I gotta do what we talked about yesterday in day one. I gotta focus on my intention. I gotta say my mantra. I gotta talk about things that I'm grateful for. I gotta get up. I gotta get up and get going. I gotta do this. So I gotta do that. If it's like I need sleep and we gotta all wake up early, or it just happens where my household, when I have the kids, we all wake up early and I don't go to a class, and maybe let's say I don't get up to work out. It happens. It happens often, actually. What I'll do instead is, you know what, I need a sleep-in day with my kids. I will schedule the sleep-in day. I schedule a sleep-in day. I'm not getting up early to work out, but instead we're gonna ride our bikes to the playground. And at the playground, this is what I'll do at the playground to get steps in, to get walks in. We're going to fly kites. I'm going to throw lacrosse, play lacrosse with Xander a little bit. We're going to go run. I'm going to make sure I'm running around with Nevada. I plan something like that. So maybe if my body's like, listen, it's not going to happen tomorrow. Okay. It's not going to happen. Or maybe I haven't gotten sleep for whatever reason. Sleep is like, woo-wee, so important. I got to schedule my sleep too. I'll talk about that in a second. I'll schedule that. So I'll schedule for us to go for a long walk. I'll schedule for us to go to a trampoline park. I'll schedule for us to go to an open gym at the gymnastics place that's down the street. I'll schedule us to go to the playground, a bike ride. Okay. I schedule that in if I'm not going to get up and work out. So right now we're in the middle of lacrosse season. Guess what? In the winter, Sundays are like our lazy day. We rest, we read, we just chill, in lacrosse season, yeah, no chance. We're at a lacrosse tournament every single weekend. So Mondays are our rest days. So I plan every Monday for the majority, unless I have to shift this, but I plan Mondays to be our rest days. I don't work. I don't answer my phone for work stuff. I don't do coaching stuff. Mondays are like my family day. We go to playgrounds. I typically, if I have the kids, I don't work out on Mondays. So those are our days to just I schedule wing it days. If we've gotten all of our stuff done, our wing it days are Mondays. Okay. So yeah, there are family days. Tuesdays, I'm still wearing my mom hat, but they're my days where I'll get things done around the house. So like, I'll do things like have a garage sale. So I can, that's fun for the kids to do with me. We'll clean the house together. We'll go outside and plant flowers. So it's something that I need to get done, but I'm able to do it with the kids. We'll go outside. Alexander needs to get stuff done on the bounce back for lacrosse, and I'll push Nevada in the swing, and we're singing songs, and Alexander and I are doing math, like multiplication tables in our head, or like I'm singing the ABCs with Vada. Like we're integrating certain things. So those are Tuesdays. Wednesdays, I spend the morning uninterrupted with my kids, because that is when they go to the other parent's house, and I don't see them from anywhere from 4.5 days or another 1.5 days. So I spend uninterrupted time for about 4 hours in the morning. We have breakfast together. We play, we interact. We don't focus on integrating like schoolwork, just anything like that. Hang on. After that, I'm in go mode and I put my coach hat on. So I do any of my coaching calls right after I drop them off. I do my consulting calls. I do any, that's what I'm looking for, franchising calls. So I do all of that. Any coaching, like studio coaching, personal coaching, one-on-one coaching, anything like that. My coach chat goes right on for the afternoon. So after that, I watch videos. I set my time to private coach. I work on my material. Late afternoon, I put my flirt training hat on. So I'll do any private lessons at flirt. I will sit down and I will set my intention for my classes for that night and Thursday morning, set my playlist, all of that, and I get in instructor mode. Okay, so then I go into instructor mode. I go through that. Thursdays are very similar to Wednesdays. And I have 2 Thursdays per month that I schedule to hang out with my friends. And I have 2 Thursdays per month that I do not have my children. So I stay home and I get work done. And I also schedule every Thursday, no matter what, I have to watch some sort of Netflix show and just like zone out and just have no responsibility and nothing, and cuddle with Lexi, who is my dog. So this helps me. This is just that. Weekends, as we talked about, can be different during the season. So I don't work every single day. I don't have my kids every single day. You know what I mean? I don't do office hours with my staff every single day. I don't answer my staff's calls messages every single, right? I do office hours. I do coaching hours. I do mom. I have all of this set in a way that makes sense. It makes sense. And it allows me to go, okay, I'm wearing this hat. Okay, now I'm wearing this hat. Okay, now I'm wearing this hat. And this hat is like, I'm wearing chill hat. All right, I'm wearing chill hat. I'm with my mom, my sister, and the kids, and we're hanging out. And it's like a natural, organic, whatever happens, happens. There's a hat that's like, I'm wearing a wing it hat. Guess what? Today we got everything done. It's a Friday. Week looks good. It's a slower week for work. We don't have a lacrosse tournament. Today is, what do we want to do today? And we just figure it out as we go. I schedule those. You guys, I schedule those, and we don't do those because I can't, because I have so much going on. I can't do it unless I schedule them in. Okay. I was out with my friends last night. So there's a group of, I think 7 of us that get together once every month. So we get together the last Thursday of every month. We don't RSVP. We're going through the alphabet, like A, B, you guys know the alphabet. I don't have to say it. And we're going to certain restaurants. So last night was on E. We were on E. So we went to El Burrito, and we all met there, and we were talking about our summer, and like, we were all talking about donating and going to our friend's golf outing that she was planning anyway. So we were like, what's everyone doing on this date? And I literally pulled up my calendar, and on my calendar, part of my calendar said change furnace filter. So that was like the talk of the whole like time last night at dinner was like, Amy can't do anything on July 4th. She's got to change her furnace filter. Or like, Amy can't do anything on this day. She's super busy and she's got to change her furnace filter. And we just died laughing. And I was like, you guys, if I don't put this stuff in my calendar, like I forget about it. Time flies. Raise your hand. Give me like a fist bump, or like one of these hands emojis. If time just flies for you, like I have to put like when to give Lexi her tick medicine. Like I got to put everything in my calendar because I can't remember anything. I got a million hats to wear. And if I don't do it, I'm dead meat. I'm just completely dead meat. So we got to get laser focused on what you're doing. Okay. When people say, how do you do this? I rock my schedule. That's how I do this. I schedule in a way that makes sense. That's how I do what I do. As a single mom, that's a business owner, that's a coach that rebranded this year, that's launching new programs, that's a teacher, that's an instructor, that homeschools, all those things. This is a huge part of how I do it. You can ask my 11-year-old, because you go, what will happen to mom if she gets off schedule? And he'll be like, oh no, don't do it. Don't get my mom off schedule. Oh, it's better for everybody. It really is. Okay, let's talk about number 3. Y'all, this is important. Say no. Say no. You have to start saying no. I never realized how much, I don't think people pleaser was necessarily what I would call, well, I guess yeah, a little bit. I think more of like a peacemaker. I also genuinely wanted to do everything that people asked me to do. Do you know what I mean? Like if someone's like, do you want to do this? I'm like, I genuinely want to do that. Like, it sounds really fun. I have like FOMO. I have like fear of missing out. Like I had that for so long. It's like, oh, I had and I was just like, I was bouncing everywhere. Like you could ask anyone in my life for so long. Like I was always coming in hot. It was just ridiculous. So honestly, it wasn't until the last like few years that it was like, all right, I got to get this under control. I got to really figure out why I am like absolutely mounds of minutes late to like everything in my life. Like this is just like not okay anymore. I don't want to be coming in hot. I want to be present during conversations. I want to be able to take care of myself. I want to be kinder to myself. You have to start saying no, and you got to stop caring what other people think when you say no. That's not on you. That's on them. If it doesn't work for you, it is on them to be able to figure out how to deal with their feelings based on the fact that you said no. Okay. You're not here to please others. You're not here to live their life for them or be responsible for their feelings. And I know sometimes you really want to spend time with your friends, your family. You want to go hang out. Like your friends are like, I'm doing this. And you're like, oh, that sounds so fun. But you're like, you know what? You got to make the best decision for you. Sometimes oh, I really want to do that. But you know what? If I do that, I know like sometimes I'll think, oh, I want to go, let's see, I want to go meet this friend at this restaurant downtown. All right. I know me. I haven't seen this person in a long time. What are the odds I'm really going to go downtown, meet this friend for dinner, come back and put my work hat on? What are the odds I'm really going to do that? What I really need to do is say, no, I can't do it today, but I could do it on this day, or I can't right now. I'm in a really busy season of my life and I got to stay home and work, or I can't right now. It doesn't work for me. I need to give energy to the kids and I need to be present for the kids. So that just doesn't work for me right now. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. Let's go grab wine. You know what? I'm just in a really busy season right now with the kids. We're doing field trips. We have so much going on. Maybe it'll work sometime in the summer, but it's just not going to work right now. If that person's like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you said that, or you never want to spend time with me, or that's on them, you guys. That is on them. Listen, 2 years ago, when I was going through the hardest time in my life, and I can't even explain to you, when we do our when we focus on our 90-day reboot to redesign your life, I'm going to talk more about this, but the deepest, lowest, darkest valley I've ever gone through in my life, just thinking about being around like a lot of noise was like stressful. Thinking about being in a group was triggering. Thinking about putting makeup on and curling my hair a little bit and wearing a nice outfit made me want to cry. Being with a friend and having to answer a question that was like, how are you? Gave me such high anxiety. And I did nothing. I said no to everybody. And people said, let's go get a beer. And I said, you know what? I'm not in a place where I can do that right now. I'm going through a lot. I have a lot of healing to do. And I just really need to be at home. I need to be at home with my kids. And when my kids are not here, I need to be at home to heal, take time to breathe, and take time to just be present, because I knew the busier that I wasn't going to heal. I went through a really rough time years ago. I got really sick. Doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. To make a long story short, it was stress. And I've gone through adrenal burnout twice, and I won't ever do it again. I know what it feels like. I know how you have to come back from that. And I vowed to myself that I would be more present in taking care of Amy. And what that means for me is saying no to things that are even like, my parents go to Applebee's every Thursday, and sometimes they're like, hey, do you want to come down for a drink? You want to come down and grab something to eat? And I'm like, oh, I want to so bad. But I'm working on this 5-day challenge, or I'm working on my 90-day reboot, or I'm like, videotaping myself at the studio because I'm launching a new program there. And it's like, I have to say no. You have to do that. You've got to say no so that you can say yes to the things that are going to feed you, heal you, drive you. Gosh, you guys, sometimes it's saying no to something. So like for me, I got to say no to I've said no to certain people. So I could be like, listen, I can't hang out with, I put on my calendar that we were going to hang out this weekend. I can't, because my week was so busy. I had to pivot so many times. And what I'm realizing right now, I'm anxious. I haven't spent near as much time with Jesus that I needed to. I have to cancel this weekend because I need to sit in my war room and I need to spend time with Jesus. I've had people ask me like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I'm like, nope, I'm actually going away for the weekend and I'm spending time with Jesus. Can we FaceTime? No, I can't. I'm spending time with Jesus. And I've said no to make that choice, because I know if that's on a place where I am and Jesus and I are not, I'm toast. I am toast. So figure out what you have to say no to. And then don't beat yourself up about it. Don't say no to your friends. If they're like, you want to go to this concert? You're like, no, I got to work. Okay. That's what you decided, and stick with it. Don't go on Facebook now and look at the concert that you said no to and watch your friends like, oh my gosh, we're having so much fun at the concert. And then you're like, I should have been at the concert. Guess what? You said no so that you could say yes to something. Don't focus on the no. Focus on the yes and what you said yes to and how that's feeding you into a really good place of your life. Okay. Other people don't have the same priorities or goals as you. Listen, some people might not need to say no to anything. You can go through a season where like you have a bunch of time and you can say yes to everything. Maybe that's how it rolls. Great. Maybe this person's going through a season where they're saying no to Maybe they've had trouble drinking in the past. So if they think about anything possibly that could lead them to drinking, or they know this person has a friend that drinks a lot, and what if they might be saying no to certain things that you are not saying no to. So don't be comparing yourself to others, because we are all going to be saying no to different things in a way so that we can feed our own lives, whether that is just healing, achieving, learning, growing, whatever that looks like. Okay, let's recap. So day 2, we are plan. Did I mention plan? Number 1, you cannot wing it. You must plan. Figure out a way to plan. We're going to talk more about this in the 90-day reboot. Number 2, organize your schedule in a way that makes sense. Okay, how are you going to wear those hats and figure out your schedule and organize it in a way that makes sense? Write it down, figure it out, take action. Number 3, say no. You've got to get in the habit of saying no. Here's your homework for day 2. I want you to go through your schedule, and I want you to see if you can fill in any gaps. I want you to see if you could find what I could find, because I know I could find 30 minutes in your day of, if you're saying, I'm too busy to do this, I'm too busy to do that, I can't organize like this, I gotta do this, I bet you I could do it. I bet you I could come into your calendar. I am like a genius at planning and organizing and figuring a way to getting everything done. I bet you I could find it. And if I can find it, you can too. Find 30 minutes per day so I don't have to. Does everything in your schedule make sense? Is it organized? Is it written down in a way that makes sense? And then I want you to write down one thing that you need to say no to next month. If you have to backtrack, that's okay. Are you looking at your calendar going, holy cow, I don't know why I said yes to all of these things. I did, and now I have to backtrack. Let me give you an example. I scheduled some self-care time with a friend to go to that new place. Have you guys heard of Float? It's PHLOT. Awesome place. So self-care. We made a plan to go. We made a plan to go last week. And I was looking at my schedule, and I knew that I was having my son extra time. I was going to be doing extra driving him to practice, a giant tournament, like all this stuff. And I was looking at the week, and my week was like back to back to back to back to back every single day. And I called her and I was like, you know what? I committed to this and I need to take it off my schedule. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety about it. It's not the right time for me to do self-care, because I'm going to be thinking about the weekend. Can we reschedule? These are the dates that I could do. Would any of those work for you by chance? And I said, I need to take it off the schedule so that I can just have organic time of allowing something, like anything, to happen. Do you know what the organic time was? I had my son, and leaving that schedule open, our organic time was that we went grocery shopping together and we went garage sailing. And that is what I needed to just let go and breathe and forget about things. So your homework, go through your schedule, see if you can fill in any gaps, find 30 minutes a day so I don't have to. Does everything in your schedule make sense? What do you need to say no to? And here's your journal prompt. If you could be doing anything in your life right now, what would you be doing? So I want you to write this down. If I could be doing anything in my life right now, what would I be doing and why?